Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be trying a bunch of new makeup, a lot of really popular, I would say, viral products here on YouTube, TikTok, a few new things to me that aren't necessarily new releases, but we're trying a bunch of stuff on today. This is the look that we came up with today. It's actually kind of fun, a little colorful, a little bit sultry, and today's video is actually sponsored by LANKIZ, which I'm so excited about. They are a brand that does DIY lash extensions. So we're going to be putting these to the test today. If you guys like how these lashes look, they actually look like my own. I feel like they look quite natural, very pretty. I did a little bit of a half lash today that really enhanced our eyeshadow as well. I'm going to be showing you guys how I use these and how you can also do it yourself at home if you want an easy application and lashes that do last a few days. So stay tuned. Let's get into this trying new makeup. Okay guys, so let's start off today's makeup using this new product from Glow Recipe. So this is kind of like a primer. It's called their Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops, and I feel like it's kind of like maybe the oily skin version of their glowing serum that they have. So I really wanted to try this one out. It says it blurs pores instantly, controls excess oil, and visibly reduces pore size with this all-in-one treatment and primer. This is what the packaging looks like, and it says to use about a pea size amount on the skin. So we'll go ahead and just blend this. I'm really curious about this one because it is kind of like skincare primer prep in one, which is always nice. So here's how the skin looks. It feels really nice. I feel like it's really refreshing, and it does give almost that kind of blurred glow or filter like effect on the skin, but I don't feel like it fills pores in or anything like that, kind of like how a silicone primer would do, but it does kind of give almost this filter finish, I would say. So on top of that, let's go ahead and try a new foundation. This is the new Laura Mercier one, which I was really curious in trying out because I feel like they haven't done a good foundation in a minute. They're always coming out with skin tints and tinted moisturizers like all the time. So I picked up their Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation. I chose the shade Vanilla, which is 1 and 2, and it says it's long wearing. It's supposed to blur the line between makeup and skin to reveal a healthier looking complexion, medium buildable coverage, and it's supposed to be weightless. So let's try this as well. I really do like the packaging on this as well. It feels very luxe. So I actually did a couple pumps because I feel like this does not put a lot of product out when you first pump it. And we'll go ahead and spread this on the skin. Ooh, it definitely feels very serum-like. So it's blending really easily. Definitely very natural looking. It's not heavy at all. And it's kind of just becoming one with the skin. So I really like just how blendable this is. So I'm really just kind of buffing that in. I'm taking a little extra product to use on my chin area and just to cover up any areas that need a little bit more coverage. But I would say it definitely does seem medium, not quite full. So it looks okay on the skin, but I am noticing, I don't know if you guys could see, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. Lots of texture enhanced here. I don't know why I have really bad texture in between my brows. So doesn't look the greatest, I would say, on dry spots or textured skin because that's just not blending well. And maybe it's the combo that I used with the primer, but I'm not really liking how that looks right now. But everywhere else it does look pretty good. It's just right there. It's just not laying the best. I am gonna go ahead and skip on over to the eyes. So I'm gonna be playing with this Odin's Eye palette. I know this isn't like brand new, but it's still like a new launch and it's new to me. They did a fun collab with 3 different beauty vloggers here on YouTube. So I'm going to use, this is Lauren May Beauty's palette, the Sea Talk palette. I'm going to use this one today. So let's go in with this fun color. This is Electric Kelp, and this is such a fun bright yellowy green. And I'm going to place this in the inner crease area here. I'm going to take this navy called Night Swim in the kind of outer portion of the eye. Next, I'm going to take Ocean Jewel here along the lid. This is a gorgeous color. And then taking a little bit of Sea Spray in the inner portion. I am going back in with a smaller brush and just defining that yellow color that we used a little bit more, because I feel like we kind of lost it a bit because it did blend away. I'm using those same kind of navy tones on the lower lash line. And then I'm just kind of connecting that yellow here in the inner corner. So I'm just adding a little bit of Sea Spray here, just all over. I feel like I'm struggling with this look, just trying to put all the colors together. So I'm just trying to cover up a little bit of that navy here. Let me get some concealer on and see if I can kind of fix this up a little, because this is not how I envision it. I sometimes struggle with creating really like unique and fun colorful looks, and it just doesn't always go the way I want, but I'm gonna see if I can fix it here. Sometimes you just need your concealer added on and it fixes everything. So I'm just using the Urban Decay Naked Quickie, which is fairly new. I have been enjoying this one. And then we can kind of clean up some of these edges here, and hopefully that helps make this look a little bit more seamless, because I was kind of struggling. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. I like to do a little bit right underneath my brow and just blend those edges too. That looks so much better. I'm feeling much better about this. I was so close to just starting over. All right, I think we're good. Let's move on to the lashes. So for our lashes, we're actually doing some kind of do-it-yourself at home eyelash extensions here with LANKIZ. We're gonna try these out. So I'm gonna use their bonding and sealing glue as well as their individual clusters to kind of create the perfect lash here. So step one is the bond. It comes with this kind of little mascara brush, and we're gonna put this on our natural lashes, just getting as close to the lash line as possible. We're gonna let that sit for about 60 seconds, and then we can apply our little clusters here. We're just kind of waiting for that glue to get tacky. All right, so let's experiment with what size I wanna do. This kit in particular has different lengths, so let's try this 16mm on the very end of the eye. I'm just kind of gluing it right underneath my lash line. That does give a nice shape. It's a little bit long, but I think we can make that work. Just go a little bit shorter towards the end. So let's take one of the 14mm and we'll place that one right next to it. Next, I'm gonna try a 10mm length, and that also will go right next to the other one. So those actually stuck on fairly easy, and it looks so natural going underneath the lash line like that. Next, we'll take our glue again, and we're gonna use the seal side, and we'll just go ahead and brush this through to really seal that bond so that these actually will last. So here's how the lash looks. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and then we can put some mascara on and blend everything together. So I got both eyes done. I am gonna add some mascara here as well, just to kind of blend in. So mostly just on the edges, just to blend in like the inner parts of my lashes here. So here's how the lashes look. I'm actually so impressed just how natural they look. Like, they look like they're my lashes. You can't see the line since I did them underneath, so you don't see a strip line, and I feel like this is easier for beginners to lashes because the glue's pretty strong, so your lash ain't going anywhere unless you do like personally take them off at the end of the night. They will come off, obviously, but they're meant to last from 1 to 3 days, so longer than your normal strip lash. You technically don't have to take these off at night. They're also reusable up to 15 times, which is awesome, and technically you can use these little individuals with your regular lash glue as well if maybe you don't want to use the bonding glue, so you could definitely do both. I love the little clusters. It just makes it easier to create the perfect length that you need for your eye shape, and yeah, they look really good. I'm excited to see like how long they wear. Okay, for our bronzer today, this one is not brand new, but it is again new to me. I've always wanted to try these from Westman Atelier. They have a bunch of different stick products, like a cream bronzer, There's blush and highlighter, and I really wanted to try out their bronzer because it looks like a gorgeous cool tone. This is in Biscuit, but they actually did recently come out with minis, which I think is awesome because this is quite expensive. So let's try this one out. I'm always trying the latest cream contours, I feel like. So I'm just going to line things up as I usually do. And then we'll just start with the cheeks and blend out. I'm just using this BK Beauty 109 brush to blend this. I love the cooler undertone of this bronzer for sure. So far, I actually think this looks pretty good. I like that it doesn't blend to nothing. I hate when contours are too natural. This one blends, but doesn't blend away. So now I just like to go under my jawline here and blend that down. So yeah, this is definitely a nice formula. I would maybe try out the mini before going full size, just because I feel like with these, it's going to take a lot of time for me to go through this anyway, so you might as well just grab a mini. Next up, I'm finally trying this on camera for you guys. This is not the first time I'm using it, but this is the new One Size Cheek Clapper blush color in Attention Seeker. They do have these blushes out. You guys know they're one of my favorite formulas, but this color has really been trending lately. It sold out online in like 24 hours, I feel like, and then it sold out in the stores as well. I grabbed like the last one my store had, but I had to have it because I love a good pink blush, and this is literally my favorite blush formula on the market. So what's cool about these is they come with a cream, a powder, and then this like a highlighty shade. Now this formula is also extremely pigmented, so use a light hand. So I'm just barely tapping into the cream, and we'll apply this on the cheeks, kind of blending upwards, just very lightly. You could just wear this on your own if you want, just the cream by itself. But once you add in the powder, it's really gonna pack on even more pigment. But it's beautiful on its own. Okay, so just very lightly tapping into the powder and tapping off the excess. We'll go ahead and apply this on top. So you can see that adds even more pigmentation and just kind of sets that cream down. It is quite beautiful, but I don't know if it's worth like the extreme hype that it's getting. But I mean, it's a great blush formula in general. I mean, I rave about these blushes all the time, but maybe try Vary That instead. But I mean, if you're careful and you kind of just blend it out a little bit, I think it does look really nice. Now, I usually don't use the highlighters in these because they're kind of very metallic, but just for fun, let's go ahead and try it today. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this just on the very tippy top portion. That actually brightens quite a bit. It's a really pigmented highlighter. Definitely not one that I would honestly wear because it's very pink. Like that's even more pink, I feel like, than the blush is. And I like more of a pearlescent highlight. So it's not really my type. I'm gonna kind of blend that a little bit with some powder just to kind of melt everything together. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan usually of the highlights that they put in these. I kind of wish it was the two blushes, but you can also probably wear this as like a topper for the whole blush if you want to go more of a shimmery look. Let's finish off this look with some lip gloss here. I picked up this new Juvia's Place one from Ulta. This is in their Candy Shop collection in the shade Choco Mellow, but look at how fun this is. It's a swirled like design, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to the lips. We'll see if this looks good or if it looks terrible with this lip color, because hopefully it'll be okay. This smells like sweethearts. I love the shade a lot. Okay, so that was actually really easy to apply. I was able to kind of line everything out on its own, and I don't feel like I needed a lip liner. Really, really opaque color though. I'm really surprised. I really thought it was gonna be very natural, but this actually looks quite nice, very shiny, and smells amazing. So here is the final look that we came up with. I know it's kind of bright, kind of all over. Don't know if the lips and the eyes really match, but I just kind of wanted to try everything out and experiment a little bit. I was unsure about how the eyes would be, but I think all in all, it kind of all came together once I added the concealer and the lashes and everything. So yeah, that's how we are looking. I'm gonna go ahead and wear this a few more hours so I can kind of give you guys some updates on how the products are wearing and what I think so far. Okay guys, I am back. I just wanted to give you a little update on how things have been wearing for the past 6 hours and just give my thoughts on the products. As far as these Glow Recipe Strawberry Blur Drops go, I do feel like we do have a nice blur going on to the skin. I did feel like my pores looked pretty good. My texture wasn't bad besides in this area, but that's actually looking better once my oils kind of came throughout the day. But I can't really tell if it's doing any mattifying since I feel like we do look a bit greasy from our foundation. So this one I'm definitely going to have to test a bit more. I don't have a clear thoughts on what I think, but I will definitely try that again tomorrow. And I'm going to try to update the description box on how I liked it with one of my go-to foundations. That leads us to the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Foundation. I had a feeling this one was going to be a bit oily on me, and it has started getting pretty greasy, especially in my T-zone areas here. Definitely looking a little oil slick. And product is starting to break up on my chin and nose for sure. I am just gonna see if I can pat this brush onto those spots to kind of clear that up. So that was that without any touch-ups, and typically I do touch up throughout the day, but I have a feeling this one just might be a little bit too greasy looking on me. I'll have to try it with my tried and true Danessa Myricks primer to see, but I'm just not sure if this is gonna be a love yet. But I just really liked how serum-like it was and how easy to blend into the skin it was. Like, it looks really skin-like, and I feel like once powdering the skin still looks fairly nice besides it breaking up on the chin. The Urban Decay Naked Quickie Concealer holds up really well. I wanted to go ahead and mention because I don't think I've actually tried it in a video, even though I have used this multiple times, but I really love this concealer. I just don't use this brush tip that it has, kind of a waste in my opinion, but I really like this formula. As far as the Sea Talk palette goes from Odin's Eye, I did have a little bit of trouble with this look today, mostly trying to create like a fun colorful look, blending the colors. Sometimes I can struggle with trying to put different colors together and creating a full look, but at the end of the day, I do really like this look. I already got some compliments on it and I feel like it does look nice. I am seeing just a little bit of creasing here in the folds of my eyes, even though I did use a primer. So little creasing going on with some of these shimmers, but overall this was a fun look. It got me out of my comfort zone for sure. I really enjoyed trying out the LANKIZ lashes. I was unsure of how this was going to go. I was a little bit nervous with using the bonding glue, but it was honestly so easy, and our lashes are on. They're not going anywhere, which is nice because I always get so frustrated with using regular lash glue and my lash corners always come up. It drives me crazy. These stick really well. They look really natural. All of these products are going to be linked down below. I just use their bonding glue as well as their hybrid lash clusters. I also feel like our cheek products have really held on today. Like, they are looking so good still. If you're looking for more of a cool tone contour, this is really nice from Westman Atelier. It's expensive for this big size, so again, I definitely recommend getting the mini in this one. I'm so glad they made a mini. It looks beautiful on the skin, very natural, pigmented, doesn't blend too much. I think all around it's going to be one of my favorite formulas. And then the one size, like, I have to give it to them because this blush just stays on the skin. A lot of blushes can fade throughout the day. This is just still just as vibrant as ever. A little pigmented, so if you are getting this color, definitely use a light hand. If you want something a little bit easier to use, try the color Very That. It's a gorgeous pinky peach. And then our lip color, I actually was quite impressed with these Juvia's Place glosses. They have them in stores at Ulta now and online. They smell amazing. I actually loved this color and I thought they were really easy to apply. Juvia's Place has some of the best lip products at the drugstore in my opinion, so really loved this. So that's it for this testing new makeup. I wouldn't say anything was absolutely terrible here. I definitely have some products that are like in the middle. I need to test a couple more times to really get a feel for them. Like, I'm just really unsure about the Laura Mercier foundation right now and the Glow Recipe Blur Primer. So those are going to take some further testing, but we did have a couple really good products in here too, especially our cheek products, and the lashes are such a win for me. But I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.